last news story. This was something I just thought about today, right? I'm like a lot of black men in this country. I'm a fan of the NBA, played basketball my whole life. So I'm just a fan of the sport, fan of the competition of the sport. Haven't watched basketball as much as I used to just because, I don't know, I'd rather do other shit with my time. Depending on the team in the game, it's not as interesting as it used to be to me. I'd rather play to a degree, you know what I mean? But now, anybody who watching basketball, since the George Floyd shit, a lot of companies have came out and are attempting to show us support. The NBA being one of those companies, right? The NBA, if you watch the games, every player has it says Black Lives Matter on the back of their jersey. It says in just something speaking to how we've been treated in this country. Everybody's jersey, right? The courts they're using has Black Lives Matter on it. If you're watching the game, most of the commercials are geared towards the injustices that we face, right? So, my thing about that is, look, I appreciate the NBA doing that. I appreciate any company that wants to say, you know what, we'll take down this monument. You know what, we'll change Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben. Okay, they are racist. Y'all caught us. Even though it's been fucking 100 years, we'll change it to something else. We'll make adjustments based on the fuck shit we've been doing to y'all for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? I get that. I appreciate that. What the NBA's doing, I appreciate that. All the jerseys, how the court looks, just standing with us. Like, I don't care if it should have happened a long time ago. The fact that everybody's doing it now, I appreciate that, right? However, and this is what the NBA needs to understand, any other corporation that wants to do a symbolic gesture aimed at making us feel better. Because when I look at the game and I'm watching with the Black Lives, yeah, that may feel good. When I look in Washington where they got Black Lives Matter on the ground, it's like Black Lives Matter way now at the White House, some shit like that. Yeah, it feels kind of good. But we need tangible benefits, family. We need tangible benefits. So if you're the NBA, any other of these big companies who are going out of their way to show some type of allegiance to our causes, I fuck with that. But if you're not going to give us any resources, then this is all for nothing. If you're not going to NBA, if you're not going to take a small percentage of the money you make from your teams to give back to the inner cities of those particular communities of that team, then you ain't really saying shit. If you don't want to give money to the inner city so we can build up the schools there, so we can build up the businesses there, so we can get people who look like me business loans so these kids can have jobs. If you're not going to build up the infrastructure in those particular areas and make sure that infrastructure benefits us solely or primarily, then you ain't talking about shit. See? Then you might as well go march. To me, that's the same as marching. Like, fuck a symbolic victory. We need tangible victories. You see what I'm saying? So yes, making sure you're aware, the coaches got a little thing on their shit where they're aware of what's going on, boom, 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 boom. I get that. And again, I appreciate that. But if y'all not going to do some shit that's going to really change something, then it don't matter. If y'all not going to put your money where your mouth is, and I don't mean donating to some random black organization, y'all need to get in tune with the black people that in our country who really know what's going on, who really have their ear to the street and know who needs what. You know what I mean? Not some of these coons or goddamn bootlicks or goddamn boule motherfuckers who don't really care for black people like that. You know what I mean? They're more concerned with aligning themselves with a certain political apparatus so they can further their individual gain. You see what I'm saying? That ain't no shit we need. So you need to get with a black person or a melanated person who understands exactly what we're going through and can help you with these issues. You see what I'm saying? Because again, putting Black Lives Matter on your court, putting Black Lives Matter or Injustice or Breonna Taylor and all that shit's just posturing. That shit's just symbolic unless you put some real money behind it. You feel me? So y'all, I appreciate any company that wants to support us, but if you're not willing to give your money, if you're not willing to give more than just a commercial or, you know what I mean? Because some of this shit just can be PR. Let's be honest. Some of it can be some of these companies just getting in front of a potential problem they may have if they don't do it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I rock with what y'all doing, man, but we need resources. You feel me? Now, That is it